You know what? Let's just talk about it. So there's this video somebody sent me because I'm somehow wrong. Um, and the video was put out there by somebody who wanted to. They were like, they were presenting this because this person is a hero by showing the left how hypocritical they are. So a woman goes into a school board meeting, steps up onto the dais, takes a seat in sort of the middle of the room, middle of the big desk that's in the front, sits down and says, "I just wanted to let everybody know I identify as a school board member." Now she's got cat ears on and she's holding a wand with a star on it. And she opens her laptop. She says, "I identify as a school board member and my pronouns are I1, and let's get down to business." And the school board members are kind of looking at her like, "No, we're going to have to ask you to leave." "But why? I've identified as a school board member and therefore I'm a school board member and da 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 da." Now, for what it's worth, she's not a school board member. I don't know if she's been a school board member, perhaps, but she is an official candidate in the 2026 elections to be a school board member. But this is supposed to be her way of fighting the culture war when it comes to trans people. Because trans people they just stand up and say, "I identify as a man," or "I identify as a woman," regardless of how they were born. They just stand up and say, "I identify this and that," because that's what they want. Well, I choose to identify as a school board member, so therefore you must accept that I'm a school board member. It's a stunt, obviously, right? It's a political stunt. She wants to show her voting base. She wants to show the constituents of her riding, whatever they call it down there, that she will fight the culture war for them. She's a culture warrior, and she's going to put trans people in their place. That this is the kind of hypocrisy. Now, I would say she's right if trans people woke up one morning and thought, "No, you know what? Today I want to identify as a woman. Or today I want to identify as a man." Trans people don't just wake up and say, "You know what? Today I feel like a woman. Today I feel like a man." That's not how it works. I mean, there's that understanding from some on the right that this is just somebody makes a decision, but it's not. A lot of pain and a lot of work, a lot of thought, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of energy and time go into this. It's not a flippant decision. And it's certainly not something that is said for the sake of making a point, a political point. It's not ever something that is done in order to gain political points. It's by no stretch does a trans person wake up thinking to themselves, "If I just do this, then I'll own those libs, or I'll own those right wingers." No, it's not that kind of situation. These folks don't wake up and think to themselves, "You know what? Today, I want to operate in such a way that I could be part of a demonized, marginalized, often targeted with violence, incredibly ridiculously small minority of people who have almost no protection from the world, and right now are existing in a ridiculously hostile societal, political environment." That just sounds like fun to me. No, that's not how it's done. When I watched the video, my thoughts were, wow, this person really needs some help. This person really needs some help. If this person genuinely identifies as a school board member, like For example, a trans person may identify with their preferred gender, then this person needs some help, because it means that there's a great deal of self-loathing. It means that they don't feel comfortable in their body to the extent that they idealize self-harm. It means that they have a completely different understanding of themselves than the rest of the world. There's feelings of isolation. There are feelings of being lost, of being feelings of worthlessness, because I don't know who I am in the context of this form. If this person really genuinely does identify as a school board member to that extent, to the extent that a trans person may identify as a man or a woman, then God bless them. They need a lot of help. And thankfully there are people out there who can help. There's psychiatrists and psychologists out there. There are medical doctors out there. There are spiritual care providers, emotional care providers out there. So thankfully, I really do hope that if she genuinely identifies as a school board member, that she's able to get the help that she needs. And I hope that those experts, I hope that her family and her friends and her support group can be there for her to help her through this. I also hope that if she doesn't really identify as a school board member, let's face it, she doesn't, that this is just a big stunt, I still hope she gets the help she needs. I still hope she is able to have an experience that opens her eyes and her hearts to what the trans community goes through. I hope that she has an experience that opens her eyes and her heart to how they move through life on a day-to-day basis, the difficulties that they face, the oppression, the persecution that they face, the dangers that they face, the isolation and loneliness that they face. I hope she is able to have her eyes open and her heart open to the experience of encountering a trans person who is finally at home in their body, so that she knows she can empathize perhaps with the relief they feel, the calm, the peace they feel. I hope, no matter what's going on for this woman, I hope she's able to get the help that she needs. I hope that she's able to get the help that she needs to be a human being. Regardless of her take, regardless of why it is she's saying the things that she's saying, I hope she's able to get the help she needs to be a human being, a healthy, functional member of her society, of her community. The kind of person that is able to be there for everyone. The kind of person that doesn't use others to gain political points. Amen.